weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 7% of American adults, roughly 16.4 million Americans, believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. We don't know if they asked them where strawberry milk comes from. Here's Mike Winters.
Do they have banana milk now? Is that even a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how many flavors they have now. I just stuck with the old chocolate and strawberry. It was in quick variety.
It comes with pink cows. We know this.
Of course it does. Good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, we have the American Legion Post 61 family represented here. Of course, Lee and Jenn are with us, and Mark is with us as well. He's got his son's hat, even though he's not technically wearing it, has his son's hat today. But good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Good morning.
Good. Well, we got a lot going on.
Yes.
American Legion Post 61, the family, has been very busy this summer, and lots of great stuff that's been happening. You know, it kind of with our flag retirement and all that stuff starting in June and rolling into all this other stuff, scholarships. We're starting to get into the hot and heavy time where you need to start applying for that scholarship we got going on.
I need a vacation.
Yeah. From Jenn, you kind of did that move.
I was wondering.
Mark said he'll
I'm on vacation. I don't care what his problem is.
I got it. Very good. But if folks, we'd love to. We're always looking for new people to be involved. We're always looking to people to help and participate in these things that we're doing. I hope you're going out to the Main Street Roswell's Farmers Market on Saturdays and seeing us. And the quilt is back. We don't have to give Sean any more stupid signs to write up. Actually, I'm kind of glad he kind of likes doing it. Don't tell him. But we've been talking about the quilt is back, but this $5 is a cost to get the raffle tickets for this. This is a handmade quilt by the Post 61.
Was our baby.
I was there doing it too.
Yeah.
Yes, your help was very much appreciated.
Yeah.
And those tickets are selling like hotcakes.
Yes.
Well, they're $5. We're going to do the drawing in October, towards the end of the farmers market season.
I think it's October 15th. They're printed right on the ticket.
On the ticket there.
Yes.
So after the farmers market season's over there,
yeah,
we'll have them. And then all the proceeds go to the American Legion Post 61 family,
Correct.
which we use for scholarships, which we use to help veterans, which we use to just wherever is needed at that particular moment. That's what,
right.
I mean, that's kind of the fun, like from time to time, we'll get a veteran passing through town that needs lodging or needs some kind of aid. We help out with that. Or sometimes we hear that families had a tragedy and we rally in to help out any way we can. Or sometimes it's for more pleasant things like scholarships and for other
speaking of
youth
scholarships,
organizations.
We got a deadline coming up August 20th, and anybody who wants to get in on that action better get their applications in.
Yes, this is a scholarship for anyone that basically
is attached to the military.
Anyway. Yeah. So if you have parents that were in the military, or you yourself in the military, or you have an immediate family member that served. I mean, we're not going fourth cousin twice removed situation.
Yeah.
But if you got like a mom, a dad, or a brother or sister, probably even a grandparent, I imagine would count in that.
It's $500.
Yeah, $500.
Yeah.
And there's actually 2 scholarships.
Yeah.
$500 each. So
Times 2. Yeah.
apply for them.
And they are good anywhere. That's an accredited.
I don't care where
place.
they go.
Yeah,
as long as it's accredited and it's in the either STEM or first responder.
Yeah. So if it's because that's kind of the vein we want to folks in that, but that's pretty broad.
Yes.
Anything science related, anything really engineering,
technology,
to
math.
medical,
Yeah.
to even you can even make a case for like electrical and plumbing and all that, because all that's STEM related.
First responder.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll tell you is when I talked to Eastern New Mexico Roswell, they were all excited. This is the first ever scholarship that's military based ever.
That's surprising to me.
It was.
Yeah, considering the base was here and there's so much military support in this community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was very surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. So probably the best way is if you go to our American Legion website, go to roswelllegion.org. You will find a tab on there for scholarships. click that. That'll have all the information as far as the requirements, obviously the application and everything to fill out there, your deadlines, your turn-in times.
Right.
Like I said, we're a little less than a month out now before the deadline to get those turned in. August 20th is coming. I know how people work. Oh, I got months. I got weeks ahead. And no.
You got days.
August is next week, by the way.
Yes.
Sunday is August.
Yeah, exactly. It's barely into next week.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a little over 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if you're going to school and you meet the qualifications, why would you not apply for it?
Actually, we've had one application already that is in their second year.
So I'm not a math wizard. We've had one application. We've got 2 scholarships.
Yeah. So if someone else applies, you two are guaranteed to get it.
I'm just saying.
I have received
Odds are pretty good.
I have received a recommendation for someone, but we never got any application. For
We can lead the horse to water, but the horse has got to take the drink here. So I tell you where it's at, but in this day and age, and in the world that we live in, where there's so much scholarship money out there, and so much of it goes unclaimed because of either lack of knowledge or lack of interest. I don't know, but it's free money, and everyone's talking about, I don't have the means to do this. Like, you have the means, you just got to look for it. And this is one of those things. Look for it. It's there. It's easy. $500.
That'll buy a lot of books.
You can, that'll pay for a lot at Eastern or any of these. Obviously,
It's $1 a word.
there you go.
500
Yeah,
word
you got to write a
essay.
500-word essay, so $1 a word. Yeah.
$1 a word. So,
And that's in $20
half of them are thes and ofs,
And I don't think you've ever been too picky about grammar
No, this is the content.
or, or punctuation.
Well,
So, as long as you have something meaningful to say.
although if you write like you write on Facebook, some of those folks, we might ding you. On
Yeah,
that.
you got to use
I'm
full
not,
words.
Okay,
no
I'm not a
R's
grammar
and
Nazi
U's.
per se. I mean, yeah, it does eat me up when people use you and yours the wrong way and all that. But if you start like
If you start spelling words like great, GR.
if you're doing like
stuff
texting
that.
stuff, then I'm gonna I gotta.
We will ding for text.
Yeah.
Textees.
We'll just take $1 off for each one.
It's easy to say TNX for thanks in a text, but don't please put it in your essay.
Right.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
But no. The whole point we're joking, but not joking. But anyway, please go there. Go to RoswellLegion.org. Go to the website. Read all the requirements. You've got till the 20th to get that application in, so you've still got time to percolate and decide what you want to cover on your essay and all that stuff. But really use it to learn about you, and we'd love to see more students apply here. And like you said, I say students because that's you can be an adult, and if you're going to school and apply for this, yes.
Yeah, it
there's
could be
no-
a second career.
Yeah, this isn't limited to high school seniors or anything like that.
No.
This is if you're pursuing secondary education outside of high school and going on to whatever it is, and it falls under first responders and STEM related, and you've got military family history there, then you meet the qualifications.
Right.
And that's it.
So we should probably talk Quilt of Valor since he's all the way imported from Missouri. He came in here to work on it.
Ah, yes. Talk a little bit. I guess should we put some background about this
Go
first?
ahead.
On the quilt
Okay, sure.
before we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of it here.
A Quilt of Valor is an organization, and you can look them up online. They will tell their story much better than I can.
Okay.
But they are designed specifically to provide single quilts that will cover one person, and they give them to our servicemen and women who have been touched by war.
Okay.
It is specifically to be a comfort
Okay.
for those who maybe don't have as big a support group as others.
So it's
Or
it's just as much symbolic as it is functional.
Absolutely.
Got you. Okay.
Absolutely. And they don't have to be red, white, and blue. They can be any color. But the truth is, most people make them and want them
Patriotic.
to receive them in the red, white, and blue. They are presented usually in a special pillowcase.
Okay.
That's made for presenting them.
Okay.
You can send quilts in for the organization to present.
Okay.
Or you can present your own. In fact, the auxiliary and I will be talking Thursday night because there is a membership fee to join the
Yes.
Quilts of Valor.
Okay. Which probably covers the cost of operations and
It really does.
yeah.
yeah.
But if there's a group, an individual membership is $40.
Okay.
The group, if you form a group, the group is registered at $75, but then individual memberships are only $10
Okay.
with the group. And they also have what they call their long army, which is for their long arm quilters.
I caught the reference. I don't sew enough to know, but I know the long. I've heard that.
Yeah,
reference.
it's a special sewing machine specifically built for doing the quilting
Okay.
of the quilt, not the piecing.
Gotcha.
And they're called long arm machines, and therefore they have a long army that will volunteer to actually do the quilting if you don't have the
Okay.
ability to do your own quilting on the quilt tops that you make.
Okay, so like in my image in my head back in the day when we had like your quilt parties,
Yes.
and you had the group of people kind of sitting there doing the quilting. That's the part the long arm does that they kind of do as a
They
group
do it
together.
the long army actually it's usually one person operating the machine.
Okay,
Because they can do in 2 hours what it takes 12 quilters 6 to 8 hours
gotcha.
to do.
So it's the modern version of the quilting party.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Though they will gladly accept hand quilted quilts. And
Well, there's something special about some hand quilting.
I
too.
would hope someday that we could maybe take a Saturday and do that because I've been quilting. I became an accidental quilter when I found quilt blocks. Pam and I had just had our daughter Jordan, and I went to an auction with Dad, her father, to pick up something. It was an estate sale, and I found something in a box I wanted, and I don't remember what it was now. Paid $1 for it, got home, and there were these 12 quilt blocks in it. And I said, well, those are beautiful. They were hand embroidered, cross-stitch roses.
Wow.
I said, my mother
Very
would
pretty.
love that. So I said, I'm going to make that. And luckily, I already knew how to sew. So it wasn't too hard for me to learn how to put the quilt blocks into a quilt top.
Sure.
But then I had to learn how to make a quilt frame. Okay.
They come with frames.
Yeah, I had no idea.
You had to have a frame to stretch it out so
Yeah,
you could
makes
sit
sense.
and
Okay.
quilt it.
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
so that spring and summer, I'd have my daughter out with me in her playpen on the front porch because we had a screened-in porch, and I got hooked quilting,
Nice.
making. I'm an accidental quilter.
Well, I think it's. I always said and is my mom was a big crocheter and cross
Oh, yeah.
stitcher. That was her jam. But I always feel like that's the part that families we need to get back to. Those arts are dying.
Yes.
Quilting, sewing, just any form of that craft. It's it's not as prevalent. I mean, that was just something. I don't know. When I grew up, it seemed like every household had someone quilting
yeah.
or sewing or doing those kind of things. Now,
Yeah, I had no idea until Mark decided to come down and
Yeah.
show us what to do. I'm a very new sewer, so this is this is a lot of fun.
The ladies and gentlemen in the auxiliary were fantastic. Okay.
thank you.
Now, I will grant you, I chose a very simple pattern for them,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the pieces marked, okay, because I wanted them to be successful.
Sure, you want them to.
But they were gloriously successful, okay?
They got some talent over there.
They
Yes.
Yeah.
created an absolutely beautiful quilt top. And Friday night, we are getting together to put the borders on it.
Okay.
Yep, we're
And
gonna.
hopefully we'll also be able to at least get started on the basting so that while we don't have a long armor, there are ways to quilt on a machine. And I think that we're going to be able on Saturday to get this quilt finished.
Okay. Well, cool.
That's the goal, anyway.
That's our
awesome.
goal.
And this will be one of the Quilts for Valor quilts.
Quilts of Valor to
Yeah.
be presented to someone who has been touched by war. And I don't know how they're going to go about choosing,
Sure.
as a group who it goes to. But I know that I'm hoping in the future that they consider looking for the people who were touched by war who didn't hold the gun.
I got you.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Those nurses Okay.
The ones that kind of the support, the ones that we don't always
those
think of in the,
nurses,
in the
right.
foxholes and things that are just important to the mission as the people in the foxholes.
Right. And some of the things that they saw were
Oh, those
just,
nurses who saw those boys
Yeah.
come in
yeah.
pieces.
I have friends firsthand that they were aerovac guys and things. If one of my close friends from, well, since childhood, he was he started a reservist as a medevac aerovac guy, and then he went active duty and he did it for years. And yeah, he dealt with PTSD from that. He
I would
yeah.
imagine.
just
Well,
from
and-
the things he saw.
And I think sometimes we don't think about that clerk who had to order how many coffins every week. What did that do to his soul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that's like in there on the, he worked C-141s at first and then
Yeah.
he moved on, but he's the guy putting them in the, and it's exactly the
Exactly.
the visualization you're talking about.
And I think that we need to honor.
One of the
What's
worst
happened to
jobs
them.
ever in the service is graves registration.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Oh,
Yeah. So if there's anyone here in Roswell that is or knows of someone like the people that we're talking about, please let us know because we would love to give them a quilt of valor and say
Yeah.
thank you. You're not forgotten.
And that's the thing is, I think the point that we're making here, it's, yes, it's a physical comfort,
Yes.
but it's the symbol of giving a gift to someone saying, hey, we don't know you, but we know what you've done for us. And we love you for it. Thank you. And I don't care what demons you're dealing with, the things that the unfortunate side effects of what you did for us is what you're dealing with right now, but we love you and support you. And that goes a long way to just say that. And sometimes, especially when you have people that are dealing with mental health issues or things that
their
let's face it,
demons won't let go.
lonely or whatever it is, it's put them where they're at. It's put them in this bad place. Sometimes those kind of gestures kind of take the funk out or at least
Help somehow.
make some headway into saying, you know what, maybe it's the doom and gloom's up here, not out here. You know what I mean? And maybe I need to work on that.
And comfort in that on that level can open up the doors to healing. It won't do all the healing work, but it can help open the doors.
Sure.
And that's
And a
yeah.
lot of those doors and windows have been tightly shut for way too long
I would
for
even
some of our men and women.
I would even imagine too it could turn into a pay it forward thing a little bit too, where some maybe received a quilt, touched by the gesture, and said, you know what, I'd like to
Absolutely.
make quilts and do this too. So hopefully
happens
it gets
a lot.
contagious
Yeah.
a little bit. So it's a good thing.
And actually, the namesake of our post received a quilt of valor, which is one of the reasons why we wanted to get
That's
involved.
how it got on our radar to begin
Right.
with.
It is.
Very cool.
Yeah. So yes, pay it forward.
So you got a firsthand account of how special that.
Yeah, he was very moved. It was totally unexpected. He was very surprised and very grateful.
And that's why it's awesome,
Yes.
because it's kind of like to give a comparison example. The folks at the Roswell Refuge, the victims of domestic violence, they rely on a lot of support from the community, people donating food, I mean, they get grants and things, but
Right.
but for some of the luxury and things, because they're trying to make a home over there for folks. They're trying to make it
Absolutely.
as normal as a home, because there's kids in there, there's everything, they're coming from a bad place. They're trying to get them restarted
Right.
in a good place. And so obviously victims of domestic violence, they cope in mechanisms in their own head to deal with that. A lot of it is they build walls, they isolate themselves, very distrusting of anybody around them. But what cracks those walls down a little bit is when people just show up and say, here's a bunch of food, or, oh, I heard you guys needed bedding and towels. Here's a bunch of it, brand new. We went and got it for you. And when they see that, and they literally, people look at people. I've heard firsthand where some of the residents look and say, "Why are you doing this?" It's like, because you need it,
Right.
and they can't. And then they're like, "You mean you did that just?" And it starts, they break down crying because they've had no one that simply
Yeah.
just did something for them because it was a nice thing to do.
Right.
And that's where this, I think, reminds
Yes.
folks sometimes, especially when you've had life experiences that put you in distrusting or dark places, or create the things that we create in our heads to protect ourselves from these
Right.
things. And it helps break that down a little bit. And so
And
that's
that's-
what's cool about it.
Yeah, and that's why we want to do the quilt of valor. It's why we're created the wall hanging to do the fundraisers.
Yeah.
So that we can do these good things for those people that truly need it.
Absolutely. So, and now I can hit the recruitment thing. If you want to do that more stuff with us,
If you would like to join us, please
you
do.
just figured out what we do at American Legion Post 61 family. If you are yourself a military veteran, would like to be a Legionnaire, would love to have you do that. If your dad and you're a male, obviously, dad or granddad or was a veteran, you can qualify for the sons.
Right.
And the auxiliary, spouses and men are allowed to be in the auxiliary too. That's been added here in the last year. We have one, right?
Yes.
He needs a partner.
We need a few more guys to join
He
him.
needs a partner. But
Yes.
but that's and it's all yes, we're one family, we have different meetings and different, but we all work together as one family to help. We do a lot of stuff with youth things. We've been spending our 2 years that we've been around, or 2+ years. I don't know the exact date we've been
December of 19.
Yeah. So 2 years, almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kind of just using it as filling in the gap in the line. If we see places where there's help needed, we try to pitch in and help, and that's kind of what we've been doing for the last 2 years. So if you'd like to continue to support us, help do that. If you don't qualify for whatever reason, you can always support us by coming out on Saturdays, purchasing tickets and things for $5 for our wall quilt here, or donations, or you can come out and if you want to come out Thursday nights, and if you're a sewer crafter, it's like I'm not a veteran, but I love sewing stuff and I can help out.
We'll take all the help we can get because many hands make light work.
And you don't have to know how to sew. I was totally clueless. We'll teach you how. It's okay.
Now how's your sewing skills now?
It's better.
Yeah?
I still need to practice some more. But yes, it's better.
one of our members, I remember this was so amazing to me. She's in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And she just rolled herself up to the ironing board and said, I can do this. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it makes your heart feel good when you see people just doing what they can with what they have, where they're at.
And it puts your own life in perspective too. You're like, well, if that person's doing this, I certainly can do more. Sometimes you get reminders of that because we build up our own reasons why we can't do stuff in our head. And then you see other people that's 10 times busier or dealing with a lot worse than you're dealing with. And it kind of, you know what? I need to rethink.
I can do this. Yeah.
This is good. So go ahead.
Tomorrow morning, 0800, we're going to be at Memory Lawn. We're going to be mowing.
Speaking of volunteering and want to help out.
Here's an opportunity for you.
Taking care of the graves out there. We got 296 veterans out there now that we're looking after. But we're looking after the whole cemetery.
That is one thing we as a post family, 61 family, we've adopted the Memory Lawn Cemetery. This is the cemetery. Some call it the Forgotten Cemetery. I mean, if you've been here long enough, I'm sure you've got your own name for it. But the owners now they've got a Herculean task of wanting to get this thing back to
there's a lot of work to do.
And so we're working to help do that.
I'm getting a lot of phone calls from Albuquerque and people really all over the state thanking us for what we're doing out there.
I'm glad.
I had one woman at Farmers Market come up and donated some money for the upkeep.
Well, I love that.
Lawn. So now we have a little bit of a budget for the gasoline and the.
If there's more people who want to do that, I assure you and you say, hey, earmark it exactly for memory. Well, it's exactly what we will do.
That's exactly right. So we got that going for us, and then we probably need to talk Legacy Run.
Yes, that's coming up in less than a month away here
August 24th.
August 24th.
Mark
Yes.
your calendars. We got probably about 500 bikes coming through. And by the way, if you're a local biker. A lot of questions have been coming up about joining. If you wish to join the procession into Roswell, you're to meet out at Comanche Hill off River Road.
Okay.
East Les will be out there with he's the undersheriff.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to be out there briefing everybody on safety before they start the actual trek into Roswell. And I know we've gotten calls from the Freedom Riders and several other groups if you wish to join in, meet them up there
Yeah.
on River Road.
If you're not familiar with the premise of what we're talking about here, this is the American Legion. It's called the Legacy Run, and American Legion nationally here, they've got a scholarship program that's for family members of fallen GIs, basically.
Yeah.
Or if you're 50% or more
Or
disabled.
50% or more disabled. And so these are scholars. So what they're doing is
And
they,
these are substantial.
yeah,
scholarships.
thousands of dollars.
Yes.
I think they're
tuition.
2,500 or something.
I've heard as high as 10,000.
Oh, wow.
They
So,
can. They will help put
I
you
hadn't
through
heard that
school.
high.
depending on where you go to school, might even cover a tuition or two for a semester. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're raising awareness, but raising funds for this. So they started, I think, in Arkansas,
They're going to start in Arkansas.
and they're going to work their way to, is it
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I knew it was
Yeah.
Arizona. I can't remember exactly where. But they're going to be coming through Roswell on the 24th.
And the national commander for the American Legion will be on premise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be here. Hang out, and they're gonna meet up at the American Legion Post 28's
Right.
lodge there on Montana.
1620 North Montana.
And-
And the sheriff will be out there cooking hot dogs.
Yeah.
Cooking hot dogs out there.
I think we'll have
They're
some
gonna-
vendors and
they're
opportunities
gonna-
to learn more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
Still
have.
trying to twist Thomas here.
All right, we'll keep twisting. I don't know. That's the negotiation side. I don't mess with that stuff. I'm too busy being an idiot. But
But the point is, we're already taking donations for the
Yes.
scholarship fund.
yeah,
Anybody would like to donate, please contact us,
Sure.
or just show up out
yeah.
there. if
Come
you
out and
want.
make it yourself.
If you just want to hand over a check, make it out to the American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund.
Yeah,
That's fine too.
Absolutely.
Or we'll present it with our post donation if you wish. I know that Henry, our
The new owners for Memory
owner
Lawn.
for Memory Lawn, he
Yeah.
sent me money. So
oh good.
Yep.
all that's going to be included in the mix.
It's a great thing, and
Gonna be free sodas and
then I think what they're going to
stuff
be,
like that.
they're going to roll in about what 1-ish,
No, it's
noonish,
about 11ish.
11ish. Okay, and they're going to be
I
in
think
town.
it's between 11 and 11:15.
Okay,
And they're going to be in town until like 1.
and then they're going to head to Ruidoso, right?
Ruidoso,
Right.
That's, and that's their stop for the night, right?
That's
Is it-
correct.
Is it
They're bedding
Ruidoso?
down for the night at Ruidoso.
So if you want to pick up the group here and then continue on, and
Well, a lot of people will just ride into town and then go home afterwards. But you can go to Ruidoso if you want. I don't think there's any lodging available at this point. But
you're just a person with your bike and your saddlebag. That's
That's
all
it.
you need, right?
Yep.
The road is your
you're going to
place.
be like Bonnie, what's his name? William H. Bonnie.
Come on,
out
you got to
there.
get the clue. The road is your friend.
Yeah.
The road is your companion. Or like those, is it Geico or commercials? Riding solo. The roads are. I've got lots of friends. Why do you keep saying? Why are you following me?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
all
I've
I
seen
know
that
is the
one.
with the
No, that's a good
half
commercial.
man, half motorcycle.
No, they got ones where they ride and they got the deep voice guy going, "A rebel riding alone." He's like, "Actually, my buddy's right here." He's like, "Just him and his friend." I got lots of friends. Why are you following me?
Yeah.
Thomas is going to have your ass.
I'll take a number.
Doing all this free commercial work
At this
for
point,
Geico.
shouldn't you have to install handrails?
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
But, that's pretty funny. But love to have you again. Mark it on your calendars. It'll be August 24th. We can probably if you want to just kind of meet and greet everybody, come out to American Legion Post 28 on Montana. There.
We'll be out there early in the morning.
Yeah, we'll be hanging out there a good hunk of the day. And like I said, but if you wait till about 1 or 2, they're all going to be, the motorcycles will be gone. They're heading on to Ruidoso.
Right.
So come out for lunch, maybe.
Yeah.
You can visit us for lunch. Maybe Sheriff will get you a hot dog or a burger or something. And he's a pretty good cook. I've had his fare before. He cooks at lots of places.
Yeah.
I think when he's not doing sheriff stuff, he likes to cook. That's his.
Apparently.
And I guess they're going to try to have their heavy
center and
the
all
command
that,
center,
yeah.
but the heavy vehicle, the tactical.
Yeah. You
they're
seen that thing?
No, I haven't.
Well, we're about to.
Yeah, apparently they're going to try to get it out there and
I
have
think-
tours for
I
the
think
kids.
the tires
and everybody.
are as tall as his room.
Yeah, I hear it's really large.
It's
So-
massive.
So
Yeah.
it's yellow iron.
Yeah, it's massive. It's
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, don't tell, but I'm pretty sure Under Sheriff Charles Eastless, like for official business, I'm pretty sure he's out there jumping dunes and stuff with this thing out in the desert. I would if I had it.
We want a quick talk about Veterans Day Parade. We're
Yes.
still seeking a Vietnam era speaker.
Okay, so
We
someone like to
had a
speak.
couple of people that had volunteered, but didn't
work
their
out.
contact information. We had a parade meeting last night. We were hoping to decide who was going to be the speaker.
Okay.
And we had no decision-making
So,
material.
if someone's
So,
interested in speaking at the Vietnam because it's a Veterans Day parade, it'll be in November, obviously. This year, we're honoring it's all veterans, but we always kind of have
A theme.
a theme for it.
Yeah.
Like last year was
it's
Korea,
gonna be
this year it's the Vietnam era. So we do like to have a guest speaker that was part of the, maybe served in the military. You know what I'm saying? It was served during the Vietnam era. We'd love to have you share and speak and talk with us. If you're some of the people we talked to in the past and you're still interested, reach out to us and tell us. Let us know. Call Lee or shoot a message on our Facebook or our website, whatever.
Yep.
Reach out to us. Shoot us an email.
I can always be reached at commander@roswelllegion.org.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Please.
And
uh,
the contact information is also on the webpage, www.roswelllegion.org.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there are 3 L's in the middle. It looks a little funny. But
well, we got 2 L's in Roswell,
yep.
which apparently somebody at some store downtown I guess they were selling like touristy handbags, like you buy at gift shops and stuff. These are probably made in China.
Yeah.
But they had them on our shelves here in Roswell, New Mexico, and it said Roswell, New Mexico on it, except for there's only 1 L in Roswell. Whole display of all these, and they had Roswell, New Mexico with 1 L.
That's funny.
So if we spell it that way, it would just be 2 L's. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an action-packed hour. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I think we got it all. Don't forget, scholarships for our American Legion Post 61's Family Scholarship. Deadline to get your applications in is August 20th.
Yes.
Go to roswelllegion.org, fill out the application, see everything you need there. And as Jen was mentioning, if you want to reach out and contact us either to be a part of it or maybe you want to speak at the Veterans Day parade, assembly, we would love to have you a part of that. Reach out. Go to our website.
I do need to mention Reineke Medical. They donated $250 to our cause.
The folks at Reineke have been a great support from
They have-
almost day one. for
Day
us.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, they've
They're
been really
very
great,
supportive.
great staff.
They
and
put the well in Roswell, they
yeah.
say.
So if you got a hitch in your giddy up, let him take a look at you. He's good.
Want
Good people.
to thank him for his generous contribution.
He's good people.
Yes. So you can always find us not only online, but we're going to be at the farmers market all season.
Yes.
Right.
Every Saturday.
Get Saturday 7 to 11.
Yeah.
If you're looking for produce, go see the produce people first at 7, and then go hit the American Legion post stand.
Yeah, and we'll have the Quilt of Valley, or not the Quilt of Valley. This is the quilt
wall quilt.
hanging.
Yeah.
If you want to take a look at it, we'll have it down there.
This is all handmade, and
It is.
the 4 stars you see in the corners, those are actually stars that we received from our flag retirement ceremony back in June.
Right.
These are 4 stars that came off some of the retired flags that are hand sewn back into this, so it's kind of carrying on the tradition. There.
I
It's a
believe
little-
they came from the one that was over memory lawn.
Okay.
So, but anyway, that's just kind of our little flavor
Yeah.
connection. So.
It's kind of a neat little deal. So, I guess we got it all. Anything
I think
missed?
so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll let you get back to it. And anybody, Quilt of Valor, if you want to get involved with that, or if hey, Mark.
Yeah.
If somebody is wants to learn more about more Quilt of Valor, maybe start their own quilts. Is it just do a search online for Quilt
Search
of Valor?
it online, Quilt of
Okay.
Valor. They'll take you to the national headquarters.
Yeah.
They've got a marvelous. It started with one woman literally having a dream,
Gotcha.
and in that dream, she was wrapping a soldier in a blanket.
Wow. And
Very cool.
that was the motivation, huh?
I just got goosebumps.
Forgive me, I get very emotional.
Sure.
I have a son, one son who's a Marine, one son a soldier. I get teary-eyed a lot.
Sure. I understand completely.
But
Yeah.
what I love about Family 61, I really didn't know them. I know the Lees for, 7 years now?
Yeah. for a
And
while.
I came down to help with the Quilt of Valor and met Family 61. And don't take this wrong, Commander Lee, but Family 61 reminds me of my grandmother. Okay.
Well, as long as you like your grandmother, we're good with that.
My grandmother lived with us and raised me. Gone for almost 40 years now, and I still miss that woman every day. But she taught me, if we don't help each other, who's going to help us?
You ain't wrong.
And that's what I love about Family 61, is that they're there to help.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of BS in the world, for lack of
Yes.
lack of better, more poetic word. But that's something I think we as a 61 family kind of say, we can't fix everything, but we can fix the things we can fix. So let's fix those and let's do that. And
We're just going to beautify our little corner of the world.
And then let the rest take care of itself. And hopefully, and that's kind of how life happens. You'll figure it out as you get older. You control what you can control. The rest kind of will take care of itself. So anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us.
We'll see you next time. And we'll make sure we get you this Friday so we can make sure it comes back out.
Thank you.
I'm just going to keep it there. All right. It is 9:55. Let's go ahead and do our town hall business update and a quick break before we wrap up the show. Don't go away.